had challenges in the last year round. I know there's been some, I want to say, disruptance and some of the logistics we put together to do each camp. I mean, we know the first one last year in February, and then we had the start of the pandemic and the shutdown, and then 2.0, like you said. Right now, it's it's challenging. It's as challenging. We're trying, keep everyone healthy entering camp, keep everyone healthy throughout camp, as well as we're preparing to compete out there. I mean, it is challenging getting in right now. I mean, just to go through a process, a couple of days where you're quarantining before you're actually in camp. I mean, how late everything got set up with the manual and to get the guys here to San Lucie. So, right now we're having challenges. So we're staying open-minded. That was one of our goals here, just to kind of like be prepared, but at the same time react in the best kind of way, so we can get the guys prepared. We can keep them healthy, the first thing once again, and then we can prepare them as well to compete.
Experience of catching someone, so that means catching as many bullpens, as many sides as I can, catching them in game situations. Whatever it may be, there you can watch as much video as you want, you can talk as much as you want, but at the end of the day, you have to get that experience of actually being on the field together, and so that's going to be the challenge of spring, especially during times of COVID. Just it's tough to be around each other all the time, with all the regulations and protocols in place, and so finding out a way to overcome those challenges of being able to be together as much as possible. That's our goal for the next several weeks.
Several guys here that started games before. There's a lot of strategy that we can talk about. I mean, we know how openers are being used. I mean, we'll be open-minded about that. We can talk, one of the candidates to potentially be a starter. We know that we lost in the last week. It was Seth, and but we have guys here, with Jake always leading our staff, and along with a lot of other guys that are going to be part of that rotation. You have Kookie, we have Stroman, Luke Casey that we acquired, great acquisition, and Peterson, the great year he had last year. In camp, we have a Jared Akov, we have a Kilome, that's a depth guy. Sean Reed-Foley, that's been a starter before. We have a lot of guys that can be that, potential depth starters for us, and they can work to be part of a rotation. But, there's different strategies as we go on a day-to-day basis. I know it's been talked before that there's never too much pitching, and I know that we've been staying active this whole season, and I think we're doing it on a daily basis from our front office staff.
Protocols and having to do intake testing, we actually haven't been able to be on the field together, as a unit. So I've only been on the field one day, and it was actually just with Nemo and McNeil playing a little catch and hitting a little bit. So tomorrow will be our first day as a pitcher catcher combo on the field.
Dom's versatility has always been important to us. I mean, we talk about him playing first, playing left. That's something that we're looking at to maintain it. That's something that's not so much on Pete Alonso's side right now. We can say, Pete has been strictly a first baseman. So we see him as of now today, playing more left field than he will at first base. DH is not in place as of now. So we're working kind of like to give him time there during this spring. That's the plan today. That can always change, but he'll play his first base too. I mean, we have so many guys in our roster too that can move around and play infield and outfield, like VR, same JD, McNeil, you guys seen him in left. Nemo, he can go to left. We have Almora, Pilar, and we have different guys that we can foresee in the left field, center field, first base situation going into camp. Also Martinez, Jose Martinez may be another case first left field there. So, but Dom's going to get a share of time there in left field. And we're comfortable with his defense. Dom's got a good feel. He plays hard. He's always trying to get better out there. And with the addition of Tony Carrasco, our new outfield base running coach, I know he's going to be seeing some new things there as well to keep developing his skills out there in outfield.
And the things away from the field that the regulations and protocols in place make it tough, but also at the field. Nobody likes to wear a mask and sit and talk, be 6 feet away from each other, trying to talk things through, The video room is a lot more, monitored and limited in a sense. So there's just a lot of different things that I guess we took for granted, pre-COVID, where you could just walk into the video room at any time of the day and sit down and get on a computer and watch film with 3 or 4 guys around a one screen. So that's one of the biggest things is just how we have to be spaced, and they don't want guys hovering around each other and being in the same location for too long without being spaced out. So it's going to be a lot more one-on-one type things, and hopefully we can figure out ways to do it efficiently.
Well, and you know what? It's let's say it's a good kind of pressure. Let's call it. I don't know if that's a line there, but because there's multiple guys that can play multiple positions. So and in a camp like this, you want to give everybody a chance in the positions that they can come in and play, and they can be an upgrade for us defensively, or in a balance defensively, offensively when you're assembling a lineup. So I think we've done a tremendous job just to go and acquire different guys that can play center, guys that can at the same time play in the infield. We can start with you can see or think of an offensive lineup that can be substituted by a defensive lineup at one point in the game. You can start a defensive lineup as well and have your pinch hitters ready. So there's different strategies to the depth that we have in camp right now. So very excited to see everyone participating in camp and playing those multiple positions that they can play.